Hey, welcome back to You Love Comic Books. This is a show that I'm doing where I showcase recent hauls, some spec from those recent hauls, or stuff from my collection. This one episode is going to be a little different from the last one. It's a haul that I got from early or late June this year. It's like probably a major buy on my part. I try to get books for as little as possible. The whole fun, I think, of collecting comics is not below $300 to $1,000 on a book. But if you could find that book somewhere for way less, that's what makes it fun. That's like the key. To me, that's the fun part. You want to try to find as many. Like, I know I'm never gonna go into a store and find like Amazing Fantasies 15 for $100 in some antique store in the middle of nowhere. It's just not gonna happen. Or who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it will. But until that day, I have these books. So this guy was selling books on Facebook Market Watch. If you've ever been on there, you could find all kinds of things on there. And the comic books are sometimes funny because you can find some really good stuff on there, but then you can find some trash on there. And the people who are usually selling like the trash are always trying to get the most ridiculous amount of money for them. Like, their comics look like they were ridden over by a bicycle 6 times, and they're trying to get like $50 for it, and it's a book that in mint condition would be like $5. It always gives me it's like a form of entertainment for me to go on there. But this guy was selling he said he had a SpiderMan run from 60 to 220. Of course, the first appearance of the Punch was already taken. And his second appearance too. It's like 134, 135. Those were gone already as well. But he still had like the Black Cat first appearance, and he had a couple others. And he sent me some pictures, so we were talking. And then he said he had some other books in his collection, and I found out he's not that far from where I live. He was like 45 minutes away, and hearing what he had and like how old he was and like the time period, I was like, all right, this is gonna be worth going. He's gonna have some really good stuff. So I went out there and got to look at the books, and let's just go through them. I can tell you now what I spent in total at with my wife's chagrin. I spent $840 altogether, which seems like a lot, but if you see the books, you'll see the 840 is pretty good actually. You could tell me in the comment section that I'm a moron, or you could tell me, wow, you really hosed that guy, or you can say, hey, you know what, both of you gentlemen left with an agreement, and both parties were left happy and satisfied. Let's go over the books, and you can, I guess, come to your own conclusions. All right, so he had, of course, since it's that time period, the 70s and 80s, he had that early John Byrne, Dave Cockrum, Chris Claremont run of the X-Men post Giant Size. He did not have Giant Size X-Men #1. He did not have X-Men 94 to 102, unfortunately. But he had this, and I was happy to get it. The copy of this is actually in pretty decent condition. I'm happy to get it. I already had this one, but the version I had looked like someone dipped it in a bathtub. So I always kind of felt like I never had it. Like, water damaged books always kind of put me in a bad mood. If I like get a book and then I go home and I take it out of the bag and it's water it has signs of water damage, I'm usually pretty bummed. At that point, it's like trash. But I always make sure to check the books when I buy things because I don't want to ever have that happen again. So yeah, X-Men 130, nice upgraded copy. 127, 126, this classic awesome cover. These are, have been gaining, or were hot earlier this year. This first appearance of Alpha Flight. There's always little rumors of movies happening. I don't think you're going to see Alpha Flight until after the X-Men show up, but who knows? I mean, the MCU they can do what they want. Maybe they'll slowly put some of these characters out there. I think it won't be until we get Wolverine, but I'm just happy to have these. You know, if I were to go to the store and get these would be very expensive. So, and they're in pretty decent condition. 121 I think is in better condition than 120. Could use a pressing, but happy to have them. 111, 110. It's kind of funny. This is like almost like a fill-in issue at the time. Like it wasn't drawn by Byrne or Cockerman. I forgot the name of the artist. So if you look up XMen 110, you'll find it. It's a funny name from what I remember. And it looks like they're fighting like a evil Colossus. Like it's his evil brother. It's not, but it is kind of funny how the design of the cover looks like Colossus on the TV while the other Colossus is banging on the wall. Walter Hudson? Oh no, he's the Sasquatch, right? I don't know. I'm getting the names wrong. But this is the first appearance of this character, and this obviously leads into Alpha Flight later on. It's an awesome cover. I think they recreated this cover in Alpha Flight as well, or a version of it. But pretty decent condition. Again, this could probably use a pressing. This one's a little beat up. It looks great in the Mylar. Like the Mylar is definitely like add a quality. Really, just the nice shininess makes everything look crisp. This one could use a pressing. First appearance of the Starjammers. I don't know. It's awesome. Glad to have it. 106, 105. So I already have a 104. I think the one he had was pretty beat up. He had a 103. I didn't get that one because it just looked like it was run over by a car. And I could have gotten it, and he probably wouldn't have charged me much just to have it. But I don't know. I'd rather just have like a really good copy of it. Like, I don't know. Looking back, yeah, I probably should have just grabbed it. But whatever. That was months ago, and we are here right now. I can't go back. This is a Iron Fist 15. This is actually right after the first appearance of Sabretooth. I think this might be the last issue of the series, but it's an early X-Men appearance. So, like, the X-Men don't appear in a lot of stuff outside of their book in the mid to late 70s. Like, there's very few appearances. There's this issue, Marvel Team Up Annual 1, and, like, Marvel Team Up 54 or 53. They show up. It's like an early John Byrne, which is kind of cool. But besides that, until like the late 70s maybe, or early 80s, the X-Men are kind of like, they weren't big yet. Like, they were bi-monthly, the early issues of that time period. Remember, the comic was canceled in the late 60s, or maybe it was early 70s, and they were going to get rid of them. And that's when they did the giant-size X-Men. I think it's like 75. And that's what like kind of got people into it, but it wasn't like right away. It took time. So if you find any of these out there, it's like those those late 70s appearances, definitely worth grabbing them because like I said, they didn't appear that much outside of the X-Men. So he had this one, which I was like, woo, I wanted to grab this one. I've been wanting to get this for a while. It's decent condition. It's got spine ticks and it's got this like bend in the bottom, but overall, again, it presents really well, which is the key. You want to make sure they present well, and that's the reason why I bought these and not like some of the other ones, because I still want them. I don't want them to look like trash. I know some of these books, like, yeah, if he had an Amazing Fantasy 15 and it looked like trash, I would get it because that's like something that belongs in a museum. So this one, happy to have. First appearance of Spider-Woman, Marvel Spotlight 32. I think, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe. I'm not a professional grader. I would just say a 5. Let's just say a 5 on this. This one's probably more like a 4. This book's been heating up like crazy. I've been wanting to get it, and I've seen it in the stores for like 50 and up, in like maybe even worse condition. So I'm just happy to have this. Legion of Monsters, everyone. There's rumors that Marvel's going to start, the movies and stuff are going to start going more into monster territory. We'll see. Even though If they don't, it's an awesome cover. It's got like, it just has 70s Marvel written all over it with word bubbles on it. If you want to get this one, this one's probably like one of the more worse condition books that he had, but again, it still presents well. It's the first Groot appearance of Groot in the Marvel Universe. Like, Groot existed in like Strange Tales, I think, or Tales to Astonish, like predating Fantastic Four. So this is the first Groot in like post Fantastic Four universe, the actual Marvel Universe. Just a cool annual to have. I just wanted to have this one. Like I said, could I have found a better version of it? Yeah, but it's not a book I was dying to get, so I'm just happy to have it. This one is in really good condition. It has some minor spine ticks, but nothing bad. Nothing like, this one presents really well. He had another one that was awful, so I was happy to grab the really good condition copy. This book was blowing up early this year, late last year, but like it's kind of calmed down a bit. Again, though, I'm happy to have it. It's first appearance of Nova, and it's a really good copy. What If Annual 10 with Jane Foster Thor, first appearance of Jane Foster Thor. Thor, she's going to be in Thor Love and Thunder, and she's supposedly going to be Thor in that. I already have this one, but this was in decent condition. I figured I'm here, I'm going to grab it, and I'll have a second one. One to sell. There you go. One to sell. This book, this book kind of died down. He had this one there, and I was like, I'm going to grab it. It's in really good condition, I think. I mean, it's got this bend on the top, but overall, really good. Again, presents well, no significant tears or anything. I think it's gone down significantly. Like, he was, or I guess she was in, spoilers, Black Widow, which I didn't see yet. I'll see it, I guess when it's free on Disney Plus. I didn't want to pay $30, and I'm not going to the theater right now for, because we're in the middle of a pandemic. But, yeah, I'm happy to have it. I think this character will come back. I don't think this is a one and done character. I know there's fans that are very upset about the Taskmaster being supposedly, spoilers, revealed to be a woman in the movie. I don't know. I personally don't give a crap. I don't care. I mean, the character has always been kind of a cool villain, but it was never my favorite character. Again, just as a collector, like I read comic books, but as a collector, I'm just happy to have this. It's cool to have first appearances of characters, especially books that are like 40 years old. So, I don't know. This is his cameo. It's a good cameo. He shows up in the very end as Taskmaster. So, worth getting. Decent copy. It's got a little sun damage on it, but, I mean, it's a white background. So, white background means, like, you got... it could have a lot of sun damage. Like, if you ever look at, like, books from the 60s that were white covers, if you could find one that's still white, like, dang, grab that, because that's, like, really hard to get. But, again, happy to have it. I've been wanting this one for a while. This one's in decent condition. Has a little chipping on the top, but overall pretty decent. It's first appearance of Hellcat. So... Alright, I've been wanting this one for a long time. This is like a famous cover. It's just one of those iconic covers. Happy to have it. It's in decent condition. It has some spine ticks and overall, but wanted to grab this one. I should just grab it. He had this whole entire run from like 120 or 119 to that issue, 128, and I should have grabbed them all regardless what condition they were in. But I don't know. I wasn't thinking. But happy to have it. So this is first appearance of Rhodey. Pretty decent copy. I don't know. Again, happy to have it. So I've been wanting this one for a long time now. This is the first Mystique. She shows up in one panel as Mystique in it. Now she's in these 2 issues as well. She shows up in this issue looking through goggles or something like that. Binoculars, I think. I don't even know if they even mention her name yet in this one, but this is technically her very first appearance. She shows up more in this issue. You don't see the blue Mystique yet, but she does the transformation, so she morphs. So Mystique, if you're not familiar with all the XMen movies and all that, her character is that she can morph into different disguises. So this one's like an extended cameo, and this is the one that's revealed her true blue form. I already had these 2 copies, and I figured since I was there, I'm just gonna grab 2 more. Might as well. And they're in decent condition. This one's in decent condition. This is the one I really wanted. I don't know if this is like mold. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this stuff. I think I mean, this book's like 40 years old. I was like sitting in this guy's house for years. The fact that it's even in any decent condition is awesome. And again, just happy to have it in my collection. He had a bunch of Thors. If I knew more about Thor, I probably would have grabbed more. Like, there's like lots of weird key issues throughout the Thor line. He had like 200 up. He didn't have the 100s where, like, I would have, if I saw the Galactus issues or the Him, which is Warlock issues, I would have grabbed those immediately. But this is one I've been looking for a while. And again, it's one of those books that, like, I know goes for like $40 to $100 easily. It's the first Fire Lord, and like all the talks of Galactus coming to Marvel, and he used a Herald so he could show up. Who knows? Regardless, it's one of those books I'm just like, I saw it and I had to grab it, and it's in really good condition. Alright, so this is like the main reason why I went out there was all the SpiderMan books. So, early Madam Web, first appearance of Madam Web, really good condition. This is just like an early appearance of the Punisher. It's part 2 of a story. Early Black I can't even say her name. Early Black Cat appearance. So I was gonna grab those. Anything that's early Black Cat. Second appearance of Black Cat. I already had a copy, but this is a better version of it. So happy to have it. And this was the main reason why I even went out there to begin with. I don't know what you would. Maybe a 5. I mean, it's in decent condition. It's just aged, you know? Like, it's not, like, the black in it. It's a little faded. But, again, happy to have it. It's first appearance of Black Cat. Really cool character. So. And I don't even know why I grabbed this one. I mean, he had all these other different books in that era. I don't know. It's like the second appearance of Jigsaw. Whatever. It was probably the cheapest book I bought, and it was cool. All right, here's one I'm happy to get. This one's probably like a 4, maybe a 4.5. It's the first appearance of the Clone. And again, just happy to have this. I guess the Clone guy is coming back again. He's going to be taking over. The rumor is, I guess, he's going to be Spider-Man again. So, I'm sure this book will start heating up again. Again, just one of those little oddities I always wanted to have. I didn't want to spend a ton of money. So, first appearance in comics of the White Tiger. Just one of those characters that's starting to heat up early this year. Second appearance. Figured if I had 9, might as well just grab 10. And then I grabbed this guy, which I'm happy to have. I already had a copy. It was like beat up. I found it in a box early this year for like $2. This is a upgrade, much better condition. Again, what I was saying early in the video, this is like one of those like early appearance. This is like the first time Spider-Man teams up with these characters. This is the first time Spider-Man supposedly teams up with Wolverine. So again, early X-Men appearance in the, outside of their comic. The all new X-Men appearance. So again, happy to have it. And like I said, It's like one of those things where it's like if Spider-Man teams up with Wolverine or these characters, this book will skyrocket. Because one, it's hard to find, it's hard to get in good condition, and most people don't know about it. It's one of those, like I said, it's just one of those oddities out there. And again, I say, if you want those early X-Men appearances, Marvel Team Up 53 and 54. I think 53 is the one that they show up. Check that out. Alright, so like I said, I spent like $840. You know, he originally wanted like $1,500 or something. And then I talked him down, you know, I said about $1,000. And then I realized, oh, well, actually I have this. And he was like, fine. I probably could have gave him even less, but, you know, I didn't want to, I don't know. I thought I was getting away with murder here. You could tell me that I'm an idiot and I spent way too much. Or you could say, hey, no, you got some really awesome books. And, you know, you really scored here. So good job. You know, you get a comic book medal for what you did there. I don't know. Sound off in the comments below and you could tell me what you think. All right, well, on that note, this is the stuff that I bought. And I'll try to come back with some more videos. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, thank you. Bye.